Hello, welcome back to another video. Today, this is probably a little overdue, but we're making this is the Melee Psyker video. Yeah, I'll just show it off, because that's probably what you want to see, and then I'll demonstrate how to use it. So, the Force Sword, you want to be using Warp Resistance as your dump stat, Carapace Unyielding, alongside Riposte and either Precognition or Unstable Power, depending on if you are using Bleed/Warp, DOTs. For the heavy las pistol, we'll be using dumping stability with unyielding and flak. You could replace flak with crit, but I prefer just dealing more damage to shotgunners and gunners and maulers. Yeah, that's about it. Infernus and Dum Dum, those are like setting stone. And then you use toughness, and you could use triple toughness or stamina like I do, with combat ability regen, revive speed, and stamina regen. Now on to talents. Yeah, there's crit, then toughness. Battle meditation is so that when you use your warp slice and assail, you can continuously use it even more, alongside obviously having less peril generation. Assail just has insane horde clear. I'll explain reasonings for not using certain stuff, as you can already see here. Later after I go through this tree. Malefic Momentum, because it just synergizes super well with Assail and the Warp Slice, along with obviously just being in melee most of the time. So you're basically always going to have 25% damage to both forms of attack. Lightning Speed plus Bite Crack of Bone. This is just more damage and staying maintaining low peril. Warp Splitting isn't needed because you have so much hold clear already with Assail and the Warp Slice, alongside the weapon just having insane cleave anyways. Here we go Seer's Presence, you could go Prescience, but I don't feel the need for it. I prefer just having helping my team out with cooldown and just having guaranteed Scry's Gaze for 100% uptime. This is your classic Psychonetics Aura, one with the warp to be more tanky. Empathic Evasion pairs super well with this gun, so that you can just face off against hordes of gunners without any danger. Anticipation pairs very well with the Force Greatsword because it only has 4 dodges, so we can turn it into 5, and also makes dodges more effective. Scry's Gaze with Warp Speed, Precog, and Warp Unbound. Warp Speed so that we can just move around faster. Precog helps us deal a lot more damage with our sword, and Warp Unbound lets us use unlimited assail basically. Vulnerable Minds is just basically more damage for monstrosities. It also does help reach the 2-shot breakpoint for crushers, and even the 1-shot breakpoint for reapers. I haven't tested it fully, but I'm not 100% sure if it's needed for the reaper 1-shot, but it definitely makes it a lot easier. Warp Rider is just more damage. True Aim isn't useful because this gun doesn't go for headshots too often, especially when you're going against maulers, but even then you crit enough anyways that Kinetic Deflection is just the more favorable choice. So you can block against hordes of rages while you're regenerating your dodges. Disrupt Destiny, because we're going to be critting a lot, alongside Perfectionism and Cruel Fortune. You could replace Perfectionism with Lingering Influence if you struggle with the 25 stacks with only 5 seconds. Otherwise, this is just a lot more damage. So yeah, that's the tree. Firstly, I'm going to talk about why I don't use Kinetic Flare with the Brain Rupture. It just isn't that useful. It's more like a quality of life type of, I guess, build you'd go for. But I'd rather just, this build does use a lot more effort compared to some other melee Psyker builds you see. Another reason for that is because I'm not using Perilous Combustion, which makes it somewhat easier to kill hordes, but if you look at the end credits, the scoreboard at the end with this mod, usually you'll see that Warp Fire actually hasn't done that much damage. It makes up for 5% of your damage, but isn't adding on to your damage. It's really just replacing what would normally be melee or range damage, or fulfilled by your team anyways. It's not necessary, especially since most of our Havoc is Rotten Armor, which isn't affected by Warp Fire at all, or Green Stim. So yeah, that's the build. You can leave if you want. I'm just going to demonstrate it now and talk about why it's better than Flame Psyker. Crazy. So, obviously, this thing is just insane because it's the Force Greatsword and Psyker. name a better duo. I'm just trying to build up these stacks, but I guess I'll just talk about why it's better than Flame Psyker. So, at least in this Havoc meta, or even overall, to be honest. So, the the Force Sword, obviously it specializes in, like, one-shots mostly, or, like, dealing with enemies as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, the Flame Staff relies a lot on kiting and, dealing a lot of damage over time. So the melee Psyker basically will just kill everything before you can even like stack the DOTs fully. We're at max stacks. You can just see this insane damage. Like, yeah. See that? 2-shotting Crushers, 1-shotting Ogrins. You can see this thing is insane. It just one-shots most enemies in the game. If I had 25 stacks there, I would have 2-shot him. And obviously, this one-shots all of these guys. Your use for the gun, it would just be like shooting specials and gunners. Like this, you know. You could try go for headshots, it does quite a bit more damage. But you mainly just want crits. Especially since you want to trigger empathic evasion. I think also melts Reapers and bosses. So yeah, definitely use it for that if you can't get into melee range of them. What else? What am I gonna show? I guess I'll just continue talking about why it's better. Yeah, Flame Psyker obviously struggles with Crushers, which is what a lot of Havoc is now. Rotten Armor especially. Especially when it's purple, so then it's even longer. Meanwhile, melee Psyker, if you build up enough stacks, you can just like one-shot these guys like that, or just kill them so fast that they can't even regen like enough HP to tank your second hit. So yeah, melee Psyker essentially just counters Rotten Armor and purple, although it's definitely a lot more riskier since obviously you have to gain melee range, and it's the Force Greatsword, so it's not the fastest weapon in the world when it comes to dodging, which definitely makes you prone to getting overheaded a lot. Meanwhile, Flame Psyker, you're just like sitting at the back of the map, completely safe from everything like this. So yeah, that's basically just my reasoning on why melee Psyker is better than Flame. I'll show off some more demonstrations just so you can obviously see how good this thing is. Obviously your use for a sail would be like into a horde, helps build up your momentum stacks, and then you warp slice your horde. Very easy stuff. The main use you'd use, the main reason you'd use, what's his name? Perilous Combustion, is for strike teams, which are essentially in Havoc, especially they're quite prominent. It's like an insanely massive horde of like shotgunners. And well, honestly, you don't really need Perilous Combustion for these guys, since, well, first of all, they're shotgunners, they're really easy to kill. But second of all, is because your Warp Slice and a Sail can deal with them really easily anyways. They just build it up. Like, all these guys are basically 1 HP, which your Assail will clean up mostly. And even if they live like this, again, just these guys can't really hurt you since you're critting so much. You can just like shoot them. Like, shotgunners really aren't a problem, so you shouldn't be built like using a talent node specifically for them. At least in my opinion. What else? Let's just show off some, I guess, boss killing, but let's build up our stacks once again. I recorded some gameplay for this build, but honestly, it's kind of trash in Havoc, so I just ended up doing a 3 VEG, which also went kind of poorly at the start. In fact, I recorded this video before, but I paused it halfway on accident and didn't realize. So yeah, this is just a retake. Amazing. Just killing time, trying to rebuild these stacks, just so I can show off the boss damage. Let's take our shields away. If you guys know a mod that lets me build up Disrupt Destiny instantly, that would be very nice. Yeah, okay, max stacks. Now we disable that, and we spawn in a Plague Ogre. And this here we will be able to see how precog and riposte just synergize so well together. We get a dodge and we just get some insane damage like that. As 11k damage as my highest single hit. So yeah, just melt bosses like really easily. And if you happen to need to maintain range on bosses, you can also use your gun, which does some insane damage. You just have like permanent metal, which means you're just always going to outrun the boss by walking backwards. Obviously you want to block that. And this thing also just melts bosses really quick. And while we're here, might as well just show off how you deal with gunners. So essentially you're just, you know, oh wait, I should go invisible first, just place them down. So yeah, you have a bunch of gunners, you have your Scraz gaze, and you kind of just, while you don't have dodges, you do that. Yeah, you just use your gun as like a buffer to when you don't have dodges and stamina, and when you do, you can like slide in, keep continuously like slide and kill them. Yeah, that's yeah, let me just show off a kill on the Burgle because that's quite fun, especially with this weapon. If you know the tech, you know. Uh-oh, that's not good. That just turns kind of visible. I'm gonna die. But yeah, big Burgle damage, of course. Yeah. So that's the build. This is my variation on the build. Obviously there are other ways to make it. There are probably some better ways to make it. But because I'm biased, this is the single best Psyker in the game. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and you guys have a nice day. See ya.
taking the turret back. A chaos hound! Sniper judged! Attacking all bases!
There's no call to make it
Land no more, traveler! Ammunition! Stop on it! Hello, hot first is dead!
Get all the hounds!
In battle, so we stir the sins of our mortal flesh.
What's for a bird? Destroyed!
Patron said, I prefer his mightier friend.
Someone kill that bastard!
Weapon neutralized! Target!
Emperor's in no hurry for help. Should have bothered someone else, Flavor. I am beyond. You needn't look at me like you're working out where to place the bullet.
Reacting.
Then you aren't doing that.
I completed that analysis.
Coming right.
First sighting.
Getting weaker.
We'll keep you around! Hey, Mama! I got something!
That's the hound check.
You need to flush the system, but that demon's gonna fight you. Don't let it win.
I think it's time to kill everyone.
Copy!
Flavor isn't how I'm talking now. Seek my foes.
Use it!
Kneel before me. Hound's gone.
Get that demon and fix it. Destroy the demonic growth.
This is my knowledge. Not for hell.
Let it pass down. Search bomber.
Demonic presence withdrawn.
One dead, but keep searching.
Shotgun!
I have a gift for you.
Attacking Wilson! I shall smite you! Fix your bed!